Welcome back to my show. I'm the Beer Adventurer.
I'm Carissa.
And it's another one of those Oktoberfest type beers. This one's a Marzen beer. This is the Weltenburger Kloster Anno. I don't know. Weltenburger Kloster. Okay. Look, it said Marzen beer. And
That's all he heard was Marzen beer. That was it.
Hey, check it out. Ingredients: water, malted barley, hops. Nothing. It's from Weltenburg, Germany. There's so many other things on here that I can't pronounce. I went German beer, Marzen. It's time for my Oktoberfest, to beef up my Oktoberfest playlist.
Had him at Marzen.
I did. I'm a Marzen junkie, and the German Marzens to me are kind of
The
like
best.
they're the top dogs. That's the color I want. That's the color I want.
It's a little light, a little bit.
A little light.
Just a touch. What does it smell like?
Okay, now Carissa's my German beer fiend. I'm the Oktoberfest fiend. Marzen. Dadgum, that smells good. Holy mackerel.
It smells fantastic.
So I picked this up at one of my favorite liquor stores that I can pick up singles at. It wasn't terrible. I was like, oh, I'll get it. Carissa likes my German beers and prefers Marzens over Fest, so she gets to drink it with me. All right, you going first this time. I want to see. In case I need to zoom in. Ooh, the eyes got big.
That is freaking fantastic.
Okay. All right, now I'm not familiar with this brewery at all. Oldest monastery brewery in the world? Lunchbox is going to be pissed.
You'll be alright.
Oh, Lordy. A monastery brewery? All right. Because he's all into those abbeys and stuff like that. All right. It said Marzen. Like,
the monk beers.
Yeah, he likes the monk beers. All right, here we go.
That was yummy.
Dadgum, that's good.
It's a touch sharper on the back end than,
Yeah, just a
than that
smidge.
aftertaste. But man, that body is fantastic.
It's got a lot of that nice roasted malt. It's got that silky.
That mouthfeel is fantastic. That body is delicious.
I maintain always that the Marzen is a food beer. Shines best with grilled meats, sausages, stuff like that.
I think with this one, when it warms just up just a few degrees, it's not going to be as sharp on the back end.
You're probably right. I really prefer Marzens at cellar temperature. I did just take this just out of the refrigerator. I really should have had it sitting out while we were filming the last video.
German Marzens tend to do that big time. Smooth out any rough edges when it warms up just a little bit.
I'm sure I probably didn't pronounce. I mean, I'm pronouncing a word that I don't know that's from a different language. But, let's see. Brewed by a whole lot of words that I can't pronounce. Yeah, most of that I can't. I can read it, but I can't pronounce it. That's a completely different language. So there's a lot of letters in there that are in point. Yeah, that last sentence. Good luck with that. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this would make a magnificent beer cheese dip. Yeah. Super.
Klosterbrauerei Weltenburg.
She took German in school. That was a long time ago.
No, I took French in school. My family's German.
Oh, okay.
My mother used to speak it fluently. Yeah, I don't. It's from Weltenburg, Germany. That's all you need to know.
I eat bratwurst fluently. They're really tasty.
Yeah, I do.
I'm really digging. Like it does have the sweetness and it does have the smoothness.
It's a little sharp on the back end. Let's see if it's getting any better.
It is just a teeny bit sharper. Well, nope. Warmed up. It's gone.
Yep, told you it would.
Yep.
Told you.
Don't do these straight out the fridge. Let them sit there for a minute.
Like, it doesn't take that long.
Mm-mm.
Give it 10 minutes.
I don't even think it takes 10 minutes.
Oh, that sharpness is gone. Swirl it around, get a little air in it, push that hoppiness out. Done.
Damn it, that's tasty.
I love my German Marzens.
I mean, it could be a smidgen more malty.
Just a
and
touch,
I wouldn't be
but
upset about it.
there are a few things that I look for in a Marzen. I want that silky feel.
Absolutely.
I want that little sweet malty taste.
Precisely.
And I don't want a sharp, hoppy back end.
Dry is acceptable if possible, but I don't
not
want it to be
overly
sharp.
dry. Not sharp.
Some of the dry tends to pair better with food and with a fattier food.
Oh, that is yummy.
This is the first time I've ever seen anything about this beer.
That sharp back end is gone.
I'd never seen anything remotely about this beer. Never heard of it, never seen it, never anything. It said Marzen, I purchased it.
Yep. Told y'all, they had him at Marzen.
I'm just like a Marzen junkie.
I don't mean any offense to any American brewers whatsoever, but Germans just do Marzens better. I'm sorry.
I mean,
they just do.
I really think that some of the American breweries try to do our version of a blank. And on certain beers it works, but on certain beers like a Marzen.
And there may be some American breweries out there that are spot on. I have not experienced one yet. I've had some that are pretty close.
But the German
God,
German Marzens tend to be the top tier. I've had 2 Austrian Marzens that were pretty sick. Just
bet you're close to them.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain brewery styles that I think when you put your own spin on it, for me, it doesn't necessarily make it, yeah.
Some things you don't mess with.
And I honestly think part of the problem with a Marzen is it's so simple and concise in palate. Mm-hmm. It's probably very hard to make. I don't brew beer. I have friends that brew beer. But on the palate, it's so simple and concise that if you make deviations, it's very easy to tell.
Good. Yeah, it's not as good.
So there's nowhere to hide a hiccup.
Yeah.
And there's no hiccup in this beer.
Nope.
There's no hiccup in this beer. I don't know.
That first drink, I was like, oh.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this one or seen this one, but if you do now, shit, give it a shot.
Yeah.
But let it sit out of the refrigerator for just a few minutes.
Give it five minutes.
Pour it in a big glass. Let it sit there for a second.
Yeah.
It'll make the difference. It takes it from that's not
bad
to a
I knew
year.
After that first drink, I was like, no, this needs a few minutes. That's gonna go away.
It does. It really does.
It did.
It really does.
The
European cellar temperature.
Yeah.
They brew it for a specific temperature. I don't understand how. Like I said, I'm not a brewer. Some of my friends are brewers.
They've only been doing it for 1,000,000 years.
Yeah.
And you got to think they've been doing it before refrigerators existed.
I mean, that's why I figure that's why it's brewed best for that temperature.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it down there in comments. You guys check out that playlist. It's pretty great. There's tons of videos on there. There's even some comparisons. If there's 2 Oktoberfest beers that you'd like to see compared against each other, hit me down there in the comments. I might be able to find them. If I can, I'll try to give it a shot and post it up there. You know, we'll see what we can do. In the description, you will find links to the merch store. I've got some nice new things. It's a print on demand, man. They'll do shirts, stickers, mouse pads, all sorts of mess. You buy it, I'll get a little money. I'll spend it on beer, and we'll make more videos. That's another beer that Chris doesn't have to pay for. Lunchbox doesn't have to pay for. Robbie doesn't have to pay for. You know, all these guys that I'm friends with, they'll just get to drink a free beer. And I'll even get to drink a free beer, and I appreciate that. So I'll see what it is that I can find about this brewery and put that in the description. I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know anything about them other than what I can find on this can. I only bought it because this is Marzen. Never heard of them before.
Apparently it's monks making it.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Now, so...
Did you take it?
I did.
I did too.
Did you have another one?
Uh-huh. I did sit out for a few minutes, but yeah.
Okay. So on this one, do you think it's I think at this size it's a 4-pack, probably than a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a 4-pack or is it a Pick Sixer? Now that I know about it, I might not have a 4-pack.
Oh, after trying it, it's definitely 4-pack worth.
But if you've never had
it, it's definitely
buy
at
a
least a single. Yeah.
But let it warm up a smidge.
Yep. You will be freaked out.
Yeah, actually.
Try it first and then let it warm up, because I'm telling you, it'll freak you out.
If you got 2 of them, pour them into your big glass.
Yeah.
Have that first sip or 2, and then just let it sit for a minute or so.
You'll be like, what the
God,
what?
It changes so much.
Yep.
It really makes it from a decent beer to a really good beer.
Yep.
Would it go well with food? Mm-hmm. I think so. I really do. I really think so. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here it is. 8.
8.
I was really okay. Before it warmed up, it was a 7.
Uh-huh.
After it warmed up, it's an 8. It's really good. That's why I'm not touching it. Oh, I've been wanting to drink it, but I'm like, if it warms up just a smidgen more, it's so much better.
But hey.
Yeah.
That first drink, I was like, oh, this is fantastic. Oh. No, this is going to get better when it warms up. Yeah, it did. I'm glad I was right.
Yeah, you were. It is. It's a cellar temperature beer.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, smell it. What? Here, you might need to smell it in this one because it's higher. Smell it now.
Oh, God, it smells so malty.
Yes. It smells much more rich.
Oh, man, that is good. Okay.
The change.
Yep.
Well, there you have it, folks. To your next Oktoberfest beer adventure. Prost.
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 Prost. Prost. Prost.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Whatever.